Okay, a protective and rescue system, fire extinguishers, protection which I told you will study it, hazard detection you will study it. Okay, it is a separate chapter. Fire alarm system should be there in case of fire. Spiller release control equipment should be there. Emergency lighting and power should be there. If the power is gone, do you have emergency lights to survive? There should be always emergency lights. First aid equipments, first aid equipment as well as the first aid box, fully equipped and fully filled, that should be there. And the rescue equipment should be there. In case of flood, you should have the boats. In case of fire, you should have the proper ladders and escape, helicopters and escape, boxes, other things. So all these things should be, should study it and should find out if all these things are available or not. If not available, we should be having standby with us. Next slide, emergency preparedness training, which is very important. So we give the training to the people, the individual action, if in case of you are alone, in case you are walking and going and a snake bites you, or scorpio bites you, or anything bites you, what the emergencies you can have? Do you have a knife in your pocket? Do you have a stick with you? Do you have some cloth on your shoulder? Do you have some rope in your something, like anything string? No. In case the snake bites, what you will do it? Emergency. Do you have any solution? This we will teach you, that in case of such type of emergencies, what should we do it? Okay, if some child suddenly fall down, his head is injured and it's bleeding. If more bleeding and your hospital is little far, do you have at home emergency box, first aid box? No. What you will do? You will make hassle, frustration, running, and the child lost already everything. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
So must have at home your first aid box fully equipped. And then it's not only keeping, you must give the training to your ladies, to your children, to your home, to your relatives, everybody, in case of emergency, what should response you have, what treatment you can do it. For example, glass fall down, it is in pieces, glass, and one small piece goes some foot. What will be your response that time? The hospital is very far. Do you have some source to remove it? Do you have some source to stop the bleeding? Do you have some equipment and training on that? No. Then what will happen? You know very well. Right? It's happening every day. If somebody fall down from the height, first of all, be careful. Don't let the others go to heights without having proper protection, Okay? So there should be always response team. There should be always first aid equipment, first aid team, and first aid training. And first aid box, small box first aid. You should have bandage and some type of injections, something, from the medical store you find. And they will give you all the things in case of fire, a lot of blood, to stop the blood. Okay? And first aid, if somebody stop breathing, like me happened, what you will do? Do you have some oxygen at home? No. Do you have nebulizer? No. Do you have close by emergency clinic? No. Hospital? No. Then what you will do it? And it is midnight, there is no transportation available. These things should kept at home, even you don't need it, but in case of emergency. First aid. Then in case of community action, okay, in communities we get together, we say, look gentlemen, we don't have the hospital close by, we should have an emergency clinic, small clinic, which should be fully equipped for our families. Right? Can we manage or not? So can we give the
Yes, sir.
training on these things, and then central personnel, they should have be under the training on these things. Then emergency preparedness training, search and rescue, all clear and re-entry. See, where never block the egress. Egress means corridors, main gates. I have seen a lot of time the people they park their cars in front of the gate, Okay? What happens in case of emergency? Ambulance get inside? No. Because there is a car in front of that. And the ambulance cannot get in the car push because somebody has parked the car in front of your gate. This is wrong. So all the entry and re-entry egresses should be clear from all the types of ways. In case of emergency, fire, the corridor, there are a lot of boxes, stationary, machine, and the emergency gate, it's written emergency gate, is blocked, which should open outside, and other side there's a fire. Is it wrong or not? And people are falling in the rush. So egress, corridors, and stairs and ladders should be always clear from all the types of obstacles and the boxes and machines and other things. Okay?
Yes.
So location and handling of hazardous materials, then coding and labeling of emergency controls, then use of emergency equipments, mutual aid and local responders. This emergency preparedness training should be included in these things. That search and rescue, all clear and re-entry. Then location and handling of hazardous materials. This should be discussed, and debate should be there on these things during the training. Okay.
Yes.
What is the next slide? Lessons learned.
Yes,
What-
sir.
Whatever we do daily basis, there are good things, there are bad things. Sometimes we face mistakes. We have done the mistakes, and our nation and ourselves, we suffered losses. So there should be lessons learned in these things. Okay, non-conformities are there. We did wrong things, and due to this wrong, we lost such a sad person because he was not an expert driver. He was carrying the people and hit the other car. People lost. Lesson learned. Next time we should not do it, and we should stop. The person went upstairs without PPE, doesn't have the helmet, and he fall down, or he was riding the bicycle without helmet, and he fall down. His head was on the road, and he died. We should let's learn lesson. Right?
Yes, sir.
Outside we went, there was not proper housekeeping. A nail was in the wood like this. The carpenter threw it after removal of the shutter, and somebody went without safety shoes, and his nail was gone through his foot, and he got infection due to the steel nail, and his leg was going to be cut off. So lessons learned. There is small piece of glass went inside the glove, and we did not take care. It's a small thing, very nominal thing. At the end, what happened? The doctor said we have to cut the leg. Okay, lessons learned. A small piece of wood went in your finger, and the finger is very small. It started swelling, and there was, uh, already infection inside. What happens? The doctor says, if you take antibiotic, and this small piece of any seed or any wood can be painful for your body. At the end of the day, you have to go for the operation. Alright? So what should be the protection? Wear the glove. Why is it gone in your finger? Because you are not wearing glove. Why the snail is in your foot? Because you are not wearing the safety shoes. Why your head was on the road? Because you are not wearing the helmet. During the accident, why this gentleman died? Because he was not having the safety belt, and everybody saved because he was not having, so he fell down on the roadside and died. So lessons learned. Why? Because not wearing the safety belt. Okay? Small jerk from the window, he fell down, or his head was on the roadside, or hit with the glass, and finished. Because head injury is the most dangerous injury. If there's injury on the leg, on the back pain, arms, anywhere, it can be cured, but head injury is very, very difficult. I have seen in my life lessons learned. So all the managers, employees, remainder of the organizations, neighbors, local community, the other clients, project managers, even the owners, everybody should be having the lessons learned, a proper book written, that what he learned, not only on himself, it happened to him, the others, he has seen these others. Because who is the wise? Who see the others and get the lessons. Not happens to you and learn lesson. No. When you see the others, due to their stupidity, due to not having the proper safety measures, they suffered. So we should not do that due to what they suffered, because we should learn lesson. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So what types of emergency teams should be there? Fire and rescue team. They should be trained well trained. They should be qualified, first of all. They should know what is the fire, what type of fire, and what type of fire extinguishers required, what type of fire, sprays are required, and rescue, how they can rescue the others when in case of emergency. There should, because when there is an emergency, there is a disturbance.
Yes, sir.
Why disturbance? Because everybody wants to save the life. During this hustle, this is bhagdauड़, we say it, people, they fall down, and above them people are running, and lot of people died at that. Like this, in Makkah during the Hajj, the tunnel was closed, and the people started dying, and there was a lot of disturbance, and due to disturbance also people died. even many times there's a fire and people are rushing down, and during this rush some people fall down, all right, and
Yes.
there should be team to control this process, and this should be well trained, qualified and well trained with experience. Then rescue teams should be there, of course, search and rescue. They should find out if somebody needs the help. So this team should be there all the time. Security, of course, requirement is there, and fire wardens are always we should appoint and have the emergency teams all the time started by fire warden, fire watch. In case of fire, there should be one guy alert is there. And if fire, he should alert everybody to save the life. In Saudi Arabia, there's company Triple C in Khorsania. They have the project Khorsania gas plant with the Technip and with other joint ventures. It's a very big company. They have the employees sleeping in the kitchen area, dining hall areas, because they were working at the night shift and there was a fire. Okay? There was a fire, nobody was fire watch there. The people they burnt inside. The people they were sleeping and they were burnt. What happened? Lessons learned. The company was blacklisted. They cannot get any other project with Saudi Aramco, at any refineries or other things. They lost the project, they lost the people, they lost many things. Same in other companies I've seen. People traveling, emergency, something goes wrong with the vehicle, stand the people who are not wearing the seat belts. When we found out the vehicle does not have the seat belts, and how this was get approved. Every passenger should have its own seat belt, either it is a bus or it is a van, or it is a jeep or it is a car. Either sitting in front or sitting at the back or sitting in the middle. Must have the seat belt. And the car speed limit should not exceed the limits. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So you understood what